You know, if I was a movie character, I would not want to be chased down by these fucking things. I mean, Jesus, these things have gigantic tentacles that can shoot lethal poisonous spikes at you. Like, holy shit, what? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another brand new movie review. And as always, I thank you all so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy your stay. And yeah, this time around, we're looking at the brand new exclusive film to Amazon Prime, The Tomorrow War. Keeping up with the theme of alien invasion film released around Independence Day. Who knew? This one stars the one and only Chris Pratt and is directed by McKay, who actually brought you the Lego Batman movie a few years back, in what I believe is his first foray into live action. And as luck would have it, it's this big science fiction action epic. So, no pressure. And the world is stunned when a group of time travelers arrive from the year 2051 to deliver an urgent message. 30 years in the future, mankind is losing a global war against a deadly alien species. The only hope for survival is for soldiers and civilians from the present to be transported into the future and join the fight via a draft. Among those recruited is high school science teacher and family man Dan Forrester, played by Chris Pratt. Determined to save the world for his young daughter, Dan teams up with a brilliant strategist played by Yvonne Strahovski, as well as his estranged father played by Simmons, all in a desperate quest to rewrite the fate of the planet. Yeah, just the concept of this movie alone sounds pretty darn badass. And as most of you are aware by this point, I'm a big gigantic geek, so it's only fitting that a science fiction film like this will be right up my alley, especially when you have an unusual idea like this as your baseline. There was so much room for creativity within the Tomorrow War, especially more so if McKay is involved. I absolutely adored what he did with the Lego Batman film in particular, and I actually really enjoyed what he brought to the Tomorrow War. I think he took everything about this concept and he threw everything he possibly could into this film. And I've got to be honest, I think this film may sneak up on you as one of the biggest surprises of the entire year. The Tomorrow War certainly feels like everything you could want in a gigantic glass of summer blockbuster filled to the brim. You get the big action set pieces, you get the corny jokes thrown in here and there, you get the epic CGI, you get the intense climax. It's all there. And McKay handles it all wonderfully. This film is edited and shot with such a frenetic pace to it. And I'll get to the irony of that pacing statement in a few moments. But technically, this is a marvelous film to look at. It's absolutely awesome. I don't know if I'm the only one in this camp, but I would love to see what McKay could do with a live-action superhero film down the line. Speaking of superheroes, I gotta talk about Chris Pratt because he was utterly fantastic, everyone. He really does feel to me like this generation's Kurt Russell, which again is funny saying that considering their actual connection in Guardians 2. But you get the picture. I feel like Pratt is gonna have lots more action hero roles just like this coming his way fairly soon with the way he approached this role. He is very charismatic and a natural born leader, but he also gives us reason to root for him and his family. And don't worry, I'm not gonna get into spoilers with this video, but the connection that he shares with his wife and his daughter in particular was utterly phenomenal. There was one point in this film that almost legit had me tearing up. I'm not even kidding. It was that effective. I feel like the big star-making turn in this film, though, was Yvonne Strahovski. Again, I don't want to spoil who her character actually is, but once she's revealed, it was pretty fucking predictable, I'm not gonna lie, but you couldn't help but admire how much of a badass she was. And I'm actually gonna agree with my buddy Ren Geekness on this point, but there were actually a lot of stages throughout this film where I wished she was the main character. Hollywood, I urge you to please give this woman more work because she is an utter badass. And Simmons, man, I had no clue he was in this, but damn it was I happy to see him. He definitely gets a few moments to shine in this, and much to my delight, he was awesome. You bought that he and Chris Pratt were father and son, oddly enough. And it's a very subtle performance when you compare it to some of his other recent work in movies like Whiplash, for example. And before I forget, I have to reiterate how fucking terrifying these aliens were. Like, holy banana bread, these things will be in your nightmares, kiddies. Beware. I also think all of these characters are extremely well-rounded. The script gives you reasons to root for these characters beyond the surface level of they have family that they need to support. The script takes its time with these characters. We got to know them on a deeper level than I'm used to in a big action epic like this. And that was a very welcome surprise for me. but it also kind of leads me into my issues. This script honestly feels like a double-edged sword in so many ways. Because first of all, with a runtime of 140 minutes, that may seem a little long for a movie like this. But believe it or not, the length actually wasn't my issue with this. Remember how I said that there was a moment that almost made me tear up? I feel like it was that one particular moment, and it was towards the end of the second half, where the movie reaches a gigantic emotional crescendo, and I was sitting there like, wow, son of a bitch, they actually got me. But no, we still get the whole third act, which I will admit, it's cool. It's cool in its own right. I'm not saying that this is a bad finale at all. It's very enjoyably brutal and extremely action-packed. But personally speaking, the whole third act kind of deflated the whole impact of that emotional crescendo I was just talking about. Does that make sense? Now, while I'm on the subject of this action, some of these alien kills are pretty gruesome. But I think the filmmakers missed a huge opportunity with this film not making it rated R. Especially if this one wasn't going into theaters. Why not? Go full rated R. Make it a no-holds-barred bloodbath. I mean, they really could have gone Tarantino on our asses. It's not quite that, though. The action's all gonna come down to personal taste. I've noticed this on social media already, but some find this movie intense already as it is. And regardless of my preferences, I still really enjoyed this. This is a very pleasant surprise for an action film. I'm gonna give The Tomorrow War a B. Overall, not a bad outing at all. Yes, I do think the pacing can damper things a little bit. The film, I do think, peaks a little bit too early, but Chris Pratt certainly carries this film with a lot of charm, and the action set pieces are super enjoyable and fun to watch. God, I can only imagine how much more fun this film would have been on the big screen. Almost there. Almost there. Theater outings on a regular basis coming very soon. July is action-packed, my friends. I cannot wait to continue discussing cinema and all things entertainment with you guys. But before I do, what did you guys think of The Tomorrow War? Did you guys agree with me? Did you not? I'm also curious, what is your guys' favorite action epic ever? As you guys know, I love making these videos and starting the discussion about cinema and all things entertainment with you. So let's go ahead and continue that discussion down in the comments. And guys, if this is your first visit to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. It's completely free and you can always change your mind later. And be sure to hit that thumbs up button on your way out. It really helps me get my content out there to all of you guys. And as per, look out for more exciting content hitting this channel very soon. I wish you all a safe and happy 4th of July weekend. You guys are the best. And with all that being said, back talk, commence!